Hello, my name is Josh. Welcome to my studio again. Good to see you. Let me tell you a story about when I went to Italy over a year ago. This is obviously before the pandemic. I was in Siena. I decided I want to be there for 2 months. And because at the time, I was like, okay, what am I going to do in the winter? As you know, if you're an artist, it's tough to make sales in the winter time, and especially if it's in a cold climate. So my plan at that time, I want to travel to Italy, and so for just for a couple months. And I know it's just for a couple months. People have you just for a week or two, but I wanted to stay in one place for a while and see how that went. And it was a very affordable, beautiful little apartment in the heart of Tuscany in a little town called Siena. And Siena, man, it is a beautiful town. But even in the wintertime, there's not many tourists there. And in a good or bad way, I suppose. I brought out my easel with me, and I went into the square for much of the time, and I painted there. And I painted around different little towns in Siena, and made a whole portfolio of beautiful little Italian paintings. And unfortunately, at that time, I was struggling really financially, and I was planning to teach online, but the online wasn't working so well. So I had to, buckle down and just have a steady diet of pizza and gelato. So, and with that in mind, I'm going to introduce you to some of my paintings that I did, just a few. Now, these are special ones. These are called oil studies. For those who don't know what oil studies are, they're basically just like a precursor to studio oil paintings. But some of my experimentations, some of my studies look like very finished paintings, which quite a bit of them are, but they're not as much detail. I want to show you exactly what I have. I really never put this on my website. I really never advertised these. Like I said, with oil studies, I just painted them, kept them to myself, and really never thought anything much else out of it, except for the experience of painting. But I want to, give someone a chance. If they like what they see, you can own one of my studies too. I wouldn't say they're a lesser form of one of my paintings. They're just it's a very different procedure, different idea. And some people think, well, some people actually prefer studies to actual huge oil paintings. I painted from that. I still use very high quality materials, and they're actual oils, real oils, and on real canvas paper. So let me show you some of these that I have. Okay, this one was from Siena. This was a sunset that I did. I believe I was on a big fort, an old fort, and there was a beautiful reddish sunset, and I had my easel up there. So this was done live from this. And here we go. Next up, this was done in Tuscany as well. It's called, pronounced the town San, like Gimignano. So, anyway, I will get the spelling right away. But anyway, yeah, this is a town about maybe an hour away from Siena. And there was beautiful views. I brought my easel with me. And I did 2 paintings there that day. So this is one of them right here. Okay, and we'll get to the other one soon, because I want to do this in order. This was done in the square, right in the heart of Siena. This is the clock tower. And man, there was a lot of people during that time, believe it or not. And I think I was the only one painting, especially the only American that I've met. So it was very interesting. I mean, when you're in somewhere for 2 months, you really get to know the area. So yeah, this is the clock tower that I did here in Siena. This one, turn it this way. This was from a life drawing class that I did in Florence, Italy. Of course, Florence is an hour away from Siena, and I wanted to get experience with a class there, and so that's what I did. Just popped in, and I did this right on the spot, no photographs. This was all live, all in one session. Beautiful Italian model. And so yes, this is the model. And now we'll go back to the place I cannot pronounce, San Gimignano. Yes, so this is the other painting I did the same day. And of course, it's a beautiful Italian house. And you can tell it's late afternoon. The light is just, pouncing off the, I say pouncing, I mean it really pounces off the peach exterior here. I love the architecture in Italy. I mean, it's definitely an old feel to it. This is done right in Siena from a distance. This is another church. Here is a more clear angle of my church. I just wanted to let you know that it is very flat, and it's just like the others on canvas paper. This church is right in Siena from a distance, and I really simplified the process. Just wanted to use a few colors. That's all I really do, is just use a limited palette of 3 or 4 colors, and I just wanted to keep the shapes and the colors simple to define it. And that's what oil studies are all about, just defining shapes and colors and the edges, and to make a very simplified version of the subject.